Virgin Atlantic, formerly known as British Atlantic Airways, is based out of the United Kingdom. Established in 1984, they now fly to over 35 destinations worldwide. In Orlando, Virgin Atlantic has historically had a large presence due to its high demand for leisure travel. In fact, before the pandemic, Virgin Atlantic has sent up to 5 of the now retired 747s to Orlando that served 4 different destinations to the United Kingdom. Even as of current time, this demand still prevails, which justifies the development of an exclusive high-density leisure configuration for their fairly new Airbus A350-1000 that operate to vacation destinations like Florida and the Caribbean. In this video, you can expect a detailed review of the economy class on board the A350-1000 on an 8-hour flight to London this evening. So without further ado, enjoy this flight across the pond. We start our journey at Airside 4 of Orlando MCO, where Virgin Atlantic continues to operate since the opening of Terminal C. Let's rewind a little to see how check-in and security is like given the start of the summer season. Due to the many flights that Virgin Atlantic operates in the evening, it's no surprise to see the check-in area is busy, but here is what you need to know in terms of baggage allowance. Each passenger can check in 1 bag for free, but the weight for that bag should not exceed 23 kilograms or 50 pounds. But on a side note, if you choose the economy light fare, you cannot check in a bag for free. Each passenger, regardless of the fare, can bring 1 hand baggage for free, as well as a personal item. After check-in, it's time to clear security, which was also extremely crowded, so it is very important that you get to the airport 3 hours before your international departure. Unlike other countries, international flights out of the United States don't require out-of-country immigration. Alright, back to the present.
2 hours later.
Here is the plane that will take us to London Heathrow today, an Airbus A350-1000 registered Golf-Victor Echo Victor Echo, a 1.9-year-old aircraft that was delivered brand new to Virgin Atlantic on August 2021. This particular plane is named Fearless Lady, a tribute to Lady Eve Branson, who helped improve the lives of women during the 20th century. This plane serves as a reminder of her determination to drive positive change. As far as boarding goes, Virgin Atlantic still boards their planes by class of service, but since most people were flying economy today, they boarded the economy rows from back to front, so I was one of the first few to board the plane. The new Virgin Atlantic leisure configuration has a total of 397 seats in a 3-class configuration. Of this total, 16 seats are upper class with a 1-2-1 layout, followed by 56 premium seats in a 2-4-2 layout. That's all within this first section. The remaining 325 seats are economy class with a 3-3-3 layout that fill the rest of the plane. This aircraft also features the booth for upper class passengers to relax during the flight as well. My seat for this journey across the pond is 71K, the second section of economy. Waiting on my seat is a pillow, a red blanket, and a pair of headphones for the personal entertainment system. Initially, my first impressions are that the cabin looks nice and cool with the red and purple lighting, the seat designs are pretty dark, and the boarding music is nice, although it is by no means unique.
I don't want to have to make you guys get up again.
Moving on to the seat itself, the legroom is fairly decent with 31 inches of seat pitch. I had just enough room to move my legs and stretch around during the flight. The seat pocket is big and can fit most belongings on there. And the tray table is foldable and extendable, perfect for meals and working on this flight. Then after that is this 11.5-inch IFE system that is adjustable and contains a USB port and headphone jack. Unfortunately though, there are no universal power ports, which I feel is not acceptable for an 8-hour flight. I would have liked to have seen power ports for a long journey, so please be sure to bring a power bank on board for all charging needs.
Not at the moment, I'll take that.
Partner of the UN Refugee Agency. We're supporting young people who have fled conflict.
Through the Small Peace Trust, we're supporting the engineers of the future. With Speakers for Schools, we've launched a year-long aviation learning programme for our local schools, and we're proud to support the Save the Children's Emergency Fund, reaching children immediately when disaster strikes.
I'm under the seat in front of you, now. It's really important that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If it isn't, push the two ends together until they click. Then tighten it by pulling the strap, like this. In upper class, seats are equipped with an additional shoulder harness that clips to the waist belt, like this. You can open your seatbelt like this.
About 45 minutes after takeoff, dinner was served. Unfortunately, no physical menus were provided, but the crew told us the food choices on the intercom. There were two options, a chicken dish with potatoes and green beans, or a red lentil pasta with Tuscan vegetables. I chose the chicken dish, which came with a cold bread roll, some butter, cheese, crackers, a cold salad, and a brownie. The meal also comes with a beverage of your choice. Overall, this was a great meal. Although I felt as if the portions were a bit less, maybe it's just me since I've only flown Middle Eastern Airlines internationally these past few years, but nevertheless, the food tasted delicious. Moving onward to the seat itself, it is nice and comfortable, but at times it does get warm due to its dark colors. It also features a comfortable headrest with a nice amount of padding. The A350 also features individual air vents, which is much appreciated. After a delicious meal and a crazy day, it's time to catch up on some sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning from the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I managed to sleep for around 4 hours with no problems. I think it's about time to freshen up for the remainder of the journey, so let's have a look at the lavatory while we're at it. I went to the lavatory in front of the plane, which looked decent and clean for the most part, with the exception of this sink that has a malfunctional drain. Apparently, this wasn't the only lavatory that had this same problem. My seatmate complained of this same problem in the aft lavatories. Yes, it's nice and large to move around a little, but come on, the management of these lavatories can and should be a lot better than this. Now let's have a look at the in-flight entertainment system. Just see for yourself, the system has a lot to offer, including a decent variety of movies, TV shows, games, and music to choose from. Virgin Atlantic also has a duty-free store with their products that are showcased on the system as well. On top of all this, the IFE features a detailed in-flight map, along with information on many of the popular destinations Virgin Atlantic flies to, which comes in handy when planning out your trip. Approximately an hour and a half before landing, a light breakfast was served in this box. It consisted of a blueberry muffin, a blueberry granola bar, and a strawberry yogurt. The meal was served alongside a drink of your choice. I chose orange juice this time. All in all, this was a solid light breakfast to conclude today's flight. And just like that, we entered into UK airspace and started our descent into London Heathrow Airport. So let's sum up the economy experience on board the Virgin A350-1000. Ever since my last flight 5 years ago, they have changed a lot positively in terms of hard and soft product. Overall, this flight has a great value for money when flying to Europe, and the experience was pretty good. I liked the aesthetics of the cabin, the IFE was excellent, the dining was pretty good, and the seating was really comfortable for this 8-hour journey. I would have liked to have seen better management with the lavatory, better time punctuality, and the inclusion of power ports and functional Wi-Fi. I personally found this flight to be worth it for the most part, but I want to know your thoughts on this product. So be sure to share your experience in the comments down below. But for now, enjoy the descent and landing into London.
Heathrow, where the local time is just approaching 10 o'clock in the morning. Please do keep your seatbelt fastened until the captain switches off your fasten seatbelt signs. You can now turn on and utilise your mobile phones and mobile devices, but please do refrain from smoking until you've reached a designated smoking area. Now we'll return any items that we've stowed for you.
And that wraps up today's video. I thank you guys so much for watching despite my lack of frequent uploads. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment down below nevertheless. Wish me luck as I am now running late for my next flight to France due to this 1-hour delay. I'll see you on the other side.
Please do remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain switches off the overhead seatbelt sign. Thank you.